Hi, everybody. I'm Diane Brady. I'm here with Jeff Maggioncalda, who is CEO of Coursera. Jeff, welcome. Nice to see you.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I want to start with the big picture. What is the future of colleges and universities? Because coming out of the pandemic, we've seen a rethinking of the physical infrastructure, and you've got 300 of them on your platform. What do you think?
Well, I think it starts with, which region are we talking about? Because universities and the prospects they're facing in the United States is very different than India, which is very different from Africa, which is also different from Latin America. The partners that we have on our platform who are on the authoring side are about 200 of the top universities in the world in the U.S.
Authoring meaning offering courses.
That's right. They're offering the courses.
They're the brands.
We have thousands of universities around the world that use those courses and are integrating those courses into the curriculum that they deliver to their students. So I think that a few major things. Number one is the need for education has never been higher, because the world's changing and people need to learn new skills. The rewards to people who have those skills are greater than ever. You can see the difference between someone who graduates with a degree in computer science versus one who graduates with a degree like I did in English.
Right.
But I think what's really been exciting is the possibility that people can get access to high quality education far more affordably in a far more flexible way from anywhere in the world. We saw that during the pandemic. And for people who are able to develop skills that are valuable and that employers are looking for, the ability to turn that kind of knowledge and skills and those college credentials into job opportunities on the other side of the world is something we never saw before.
That's true. That is the vision, and that's obviously the value proposition that you offer.
Yeah.
There is that middle tier of physical infrastructure, the ones that are not necessarily bringing those best-in-class lessons. What do you see happening to them? And again, I don't want to keep it just anchored in that, but there are a lot of choices people have to make now. And you mentioned credentials. Micro-credentialing is as much a theme as getting a full degree. Do you see a role for those institutions or a continued struggle?
I do. I think there's a difference, though, between the institution and the building that they inhabit.
Okay.
What we have seen post-pandemic is the demand for residential undergraduate programs that are at the top tier has never been higher.
Right.
I mean, that's what young adults want, is to get into that selective university, go live on campus with their friends, have fun, meet professors, watch the football games. Like, that's an experience. It's a bundled experience that includes all sorts of things like getting, a degree and learning things and having fun and making friends and seeing other viewpoints. If you're a school what it comes back to is, who is your customer?
Yep.
If you're a school that serves working adults who don't really want to come for the residential experience, they really just need to advance in their career or switch careers, and actually physically being in a place is a liability, not a benefit, then I would say try to start winding down that space and move more of your curriculum online. And then collaborate. Certainly, it would be great if you did it with Coursera, but we just facilitate the ability for a university or a business or a government to collaborate with the Stanfords of the world and the Penns of the world and the Microsofts of the world and the Googles of the world who have created online courses that maybe are subjects that you don't currently offer to your students. They're available now and pretty much turnkey. So adapt or die is kind of, I think, the answer.
We can all have, and that's always been the promise, you can all have access to that Ivy League education, which you've had, which I know, English or not.
Yeah.
What is the challenge in terms of profitability? You're a market leader in terms of the brand, the recognition, the partnerships, but yet it is a space still where people struggle to make money. What is the challenge there right now on a macro level?
I think it's a fair question that certainly Coursera being in this space, we need to be thinking about it. But even before we arrived in the ed tech sector, the ed tech sector could be a tough place. I think there is one issue, which is predictability, which is how reliably can you sell a product to a customer who has a budget to buy it. Unit economics, which is how much does it cost to deliver it? How much did it cost to create it? Which is not so much the unit economics, but that's the fixed cost of it. But then there's differentiation. If you're selling into a market with a lot of friction, you don't have a really clear buyer that's going to persist and want to buy your product. And as soon as you find something that works, someone could come and copy you for cheaper. that's a tough market to be in. So I do think that finding a real problem to be solved, having a solution that's unique, and then also protectable.